Can
Yes.
you give us some suggestions and tips for women to stay fitter or healthier, to navigate how to take care of their health better?
So definitely, I mean, one thing is women have to first try telling themselves that I'm going to do what I want, irrespective of the. I'm not saying don't take care of your responsibilities. That is your first priority. But beyond that, along with that, there are many things you can do to do what you want to. But first, decide what you want to do, and is that what you
Correct.
want to do? Because we are so used to multitasking, we can do 100 things at a time. Let me tell you
Correct.
that it's nothing like
Yeah,
I don't have time for women. I mean, that is for the
exactly.
lazy, and that is for the lazy and the uninterested. Are you
True.
willing to pay the price that comes along with what you want to do, and then take that step, whatever it may be? I mean, it could be about a sport, it could be about starting a startup, it could be about anything. Be consistent at what you want to be or what you want to do. You can give up. I mean, if it's something that you just say after a couple of months, no, this is not for me, it means that was not your dream, that was not what you wanted to do. if
Yeah.
if you really want to do something, it is because you believe that is you.
True,
you
but
know
it's taught you something along the way in any case. So you
yes.
have got additional knowledge and understand a little bit more, and that's why you've made an informed decision as well. If you choose not to,
Correct.
but one of my well, gripes, I would say, with most women is that they will always say, like you said, there's never a situation when you have no time, and they'll say they don't have time to take care of themselves, but at the same time they have so much of time to dedicate to their kids, where they will manage everything from their food to their studies to their bedtime, and of course with everybody else in the house also. So with their husband and everyone else, so they'll manage all of that, some of which they could very easily automate also, and take some time out for themselves. Like they need to carve that time out for themselves.
Exactly. I mean, your child is in school for almost 6 hours. There's so many things you can do. Life is so short and life is so beautiful. I mean, you're missing out.
Of
Time never
course.
waits for you.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
don't worry about these little. You don't know, kids and families are really very smart. when they have to look after themselves, they look after them better than you look after them. It's
And
just
now they have
that
smartphones as well to help. so,
they have
so
everything. Even when they didn't have it, they were very smart.
yeah, true,
So
true.
if you think,
One of the other points, I mean, you mentioned to me, which I never ever thought about earlier, was a lot of women, at least in Indian society, might be restricted by the family structure. So now maybe people aren't aware of it, but with Indian families, sometimes you have a joint family where you have multiple people all living together. So they might be in a huge house, but you have the grandparents, and so you have the parents and you have their kids and their kids as well, all living under in one house or maybe in one building or something, but they have those ties where they're connected to each other. So that makes it also slightly harder sometimes for women to take that um,
yeah, the first step.
decision, because it's not just them that's deciding, it's the entire family taking the decision.
Yes. Yeah, it's a little hard in those situations because, it's much easier when you're in a nuclear family. You're not answerable to many. You are your own
Correct.
master. But just
And
be,
and at this, I'm sure we do that when it comes to education and sometimes with work as well. So people tend to get quite assertive if they are certain about it, but they always, again, with their health and their fitness, they tend to put that on the back burner. We'll come back to it, like we take a break from it and come back. There are no
yes,
breaks with your health and fitness, and that's a clear
absolutely.
example of what you've achieved, because you've been fit for such a long time, so you can transition from going to a half marathon to a triathlon to adventure races and all of this with not as much effort as it would take somebody who hasn't consistently been doing it. So it eventually comes down to consistency as well.
Yes. And probably I have been an example mainly because of, or rather, I have influenced many people because of my fitness levels. In the sense, I've been doing this thing at a time well beyond my age, right? So
Yeah.
probably because of that, I am inspiring people, younger athletes, to be fitter and be into a better shape for better performance. Because if that's one thing I give credit to myself, is my fitness levels. My health and fitness has always been of priority for me, whether I have been taking part in, which came much later, in endurance activities. But even before, I was always very conscious of my, I won't say shape, as in,
Mm.
as I was,
Just to feel energetic and
yes, yes,
feel, yeah,
agility and,
right,
things like that. I mean, these things were always important to me.
right, okay. Yeah, I guess that's at the core of everything. And now also you have body positivity where people are not thinking so much about the way they look, but more about the way they feel. And that is what should
Absolutely.
resound with you to start with.
Absolutely. So that's what I
Yeah.
mean. I mean, even as a fitness instructor and exercise specialist, I like to practice what I preach. I mean, why should anyone come to me if I'm not of the shape and I can't perform the exercise as I want them to perform?
Of
I
course.
mean,
Yeah,
you
for
have to
sure.
lead by example in every whatever profession that you
Correct.
take on.
True. Yeah.
You
So tell me then, Smita, what is next for you? Any
will.
other new and exciting things? Or they don't have to be new and exciting, they could be the same thing, but just so we can follow your journey and everybody else can also have an idea.
Yes. So maybe the next step would be to move towards half Ironman. Uh,
Okay.
I
Wow.
mean, that
That's
is what
interesting.
I wanted to do this year, but because of the lockdown, it's probably not going to happen because there's not much time left for training. It's a step
Right.
further. It's doing some exactly double of what I did last year. So
Right.
that's what I want to do, and why I have been doing this mainly because, as I said, once you do something often, it becomes a comfort zone for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I need something to challenge me to do, to find whether I'm progressing, whether I can
Right.
do it, and I mean, what would stop you from not doing a step further? It's only going to be, what is it that stops you? That is, it's just fear that you may not be able to complete it, you know
Correct.
kind of
Yeah.
a
But
thing.
unless you do it, you don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless you fall, how would you get up and pick yourself up? So I hope I can do a successful half Ironman now next year. But that's what
Okay.
I want to. As I said, that I rather be 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours doing three different things rather than do the same activity,
Just the same.
giving me that impact and an injury. Because I know I
Correct.
would. Because uh, one of my main challenges today is defying age. I mean, I know I shouldn't be saying this because many people say you don't look your age, but I see that's a byproduct of good genetics probably, and of course, and of course my investment into my exercise and things like
It's
that.
surely that. It's surely
It is.
that.
But there are some things which I have to tune in to sort of fit in now. Like I have to adjust my training and my nutrition programs, my nutrition schedules, mainly because I need time to recover now.
Right.
I, if I can't eat as I used to eat 10 years ago, I'll look as big as the house if I did that kind of eating. So
Yeah.
um, I have to tweak on my trainings to allow me more rest so that I don't fall prey to injuries. Because the first thing that I have to take care is injuries.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Of course.
again, it brings big gaps into your trainings. Of
The
course, it
downtime.
allows,
Yeah.
yeah. So that is what is the next plan. I hope I'm able to do it. I think I
I'm
will.
sure you'll kill it for sure.
And I have an excellent support group, and my friends, my coaches, I mean, they are so motivating and encouraging and inspiring me. You will do it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that's a very, very important integral part of anyone who's starting their fitness journey also, to have that kind of support system around you where you keep motivating each other, pushing each other further, but at the same time within balance. But you're there for each other. You have that same spirit, that positive energy. All of that really makes it feel like it's so doable and so easy, and you can just kind of breeze through. Or
You're never,
even the training, which would seem
you're
hard, is
never,
not so hard.
you're never alone. So that's what
Correct.
makes it such a pleasure to do these sporting events.
Yeah,
All
that's
the
true.
time in a group, all the time. It's a party all the way, you know.
It is for sure. A different kind of party with no hangovers. So only adrenaline highs. It's the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, you should see us after the event is over. We do
Yeah.
have hangovers.
Those are different kinds. It's okay. Those are battle scars, battle wounds.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, okay, on that note, I'm going to say thank you so much, Smita, for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking the time and having this chat. And I'm sure that you will motivate many, many others to get up and don't use anything as an excuse, not time, not age,
Yes,
not, I don't know, expertise, none of that. I mean, just start somewhere. You've done amazing stuff, and you're continuing to do that by also helping so many athletes with your Pilates at your Pilates studio.
yes,
I will put the details about your Pilates studio in the notes as well. So people who are in Pune can follow you
yes,
or come to your classes also.
yes. Thank you so much, Sasha. It was
Thank you.
really nice talking with you, knowing you. And we are both Bandra girls, right? So
Yes.